we'll continue with our quest. Just before that, I'll just explain quickly what this is. The bottom of the screen, you can see there's a red circle. This is basically your health, and this is your energy bar. So by pressing V, you can dodge. So every time you dodge, it consumes one full bar, and then it refills in time. And then these will be your skills, which if you hover over them, it'll say when you'll unlock them. Right now we have only one skill, and this skills will change depending on what weapon you have equipped. And these are your utility skills. This is your healing skill, which will be available at the starting. Whichever weapon you equip or weapon combos you equip, which I'll come to later, accordingly your skills will change. And your heal skill or this skill might be different depending on which character or which profession you have taken. Since I've taken a warrior, and that to a Norn, I have these two skills. If you have taken a different race, this might be mostly different, or not, maybe not. Anyway, just don't worry about it. 6, you can access the skill by pressing 6. It says below. These are custom for me. I use Q and R. If you want, you can go to controls and change it by going to options. But normally it will be 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are basically the keys on your just on top of WASD, so you can easily access them. Normally after 5 or 6, depending on how big your hand is and how big your keyboard is, you can't access 7, 8, 9 and 10. So that's why I have QRE. 9 isn't something I use very regularly, so I left it as 9, and QRE are easily accessible for me since I'll be using them while moving. So accordingly, what's comfortable for you, you can set your keys like that in your settings. So mainly this I'll focus on the story section of the guide, and I'll be telling you, I know at the starting it'll be very overwhelming. All these controls, all these new skills and abilities will definitely overwhelm you, but then once you get the hang of it, it'll take you like a month or 2 if you follow this guide. So right now what our mission says is to go talk to this lady, so let's do that. This is the cool animation you get when you talk to someone.
Hail, hero! Are you here to take part in this year's great hunt?
Of course I am. Just tell me what needs to be done and stand clear.
Hunt down the wildest animals you can find and take trophies from your kills. Present only the finest to Ido the Tanner to prove your worth. Whoever has the best trophy and whose bravery is the greatest will be invited to join the great hunt.
I'll just press next because
one of the most dangerous, so be ready. I've even heard the renowned Erstagulkin might attend.
Spoilers, Erstagulkin is a
is
hero who most of the Norn like admire, so that's a bit of lore, even though you'll understand that later. Alright, now so she has completed talking, and then if you have paid attention, she told us to go kill some monsters and get their heads or trophies. It says over here, it says the first task is completed. You see the check mark, that means we finished talking with her. So you have a check mark right next to that objective. And we have a new objective, which is hunt and collect a trophy from a dire boar, owl griffin sire, or minotaur bull. So and for this also you have your compass pointing, so just follow the direction of the compass. So it's pointing somewhere this way, so just make sure you don't take a lot of fall damage. And yeah, you can keep going and trying to find, even in your map, you can see this green boundary which indicates the boundary of the mission, and if you want to see properly, you can just press M and see that you're in the boundary now. And then these 3 are the points where you can see one of the monsters, one of the 3 monsters, and they're all scattered. You could go to either one, but for now let's just go to the ones which are close by, as you can see in the map. And right now we can see them on the screen also. So there's the griffin and there's the minotaur. We'll go to the griffin because why not. And now we can fight them by pressing 1. You don't need to keep spamming 1. Once you're close by, just press once and then it should start auto attacking. And Now since you have killed that big griffin, now you have a check mark just beside this objective. That means you're done with it. Now your next objective is to present your trophy to someone called Ido the Tanner. And then now you can see here, you'll see events like this. This was the Minotaur Bull, which it says event succeeded. You'll see events like this all throughout the game, and I'll explain them as we move on after this tutorial. Yeah. So now we are following the compass, it says here, so we just go around this because obviously we can't go through that. And now we can see the thing on the map, so we head to the place.
I want to get to the moot before
And this guy's Ido the Tanner, as you can see here in your objectives. Now we talk to him. There goes the animation. I'll cut it short.
Hail, Hunter. I'm the local leather worker. Ido's the name.
He's basically going to see and say that, oh damn, you have a lot of skill, so yeah, you are
Look
good.
at this impressive trophy.
Indeed.
They say you're skilled enough and to go meet Aristogalkin, or Aristogalkin, however you want to
When it
pronounce
is
it.
time, you and the others will go to the high ground, over the valley.
Okay, now after that animation, they'll basically tell you to go meet. Even if you didn't pay attention to the animation, if you're not really bothered by the story and you just want to get through the story as fast as possible to do your exploring, you can just skip the animations and see your objective here, which says accompany her on the Great Hunt. So now we have completed the presentation of our trophy to Ido, so that's ticked. And now we have a new checkpoint or an objective, and now you can just follow it. Now it points that side, so obviously we can't go that side, so we will just go around this. And on the map you can see this, to go that side there's basically an arrow mark pointing that side. When you see the up arrow mark, it says that basically this is on a higher level than you, as in at a higher altitude than what you're standing at currently. So right now, normally for you guys, most of the time this gate will be open, then you can just continue with your mission. But right now it's closed because, as you can see, we have an event. Oh well, that that sucks. It got over. If you really don't want to participate in the event, you can just do it right now. Now after that event's over, it'll automatically open and there's air. And then you don't need to talk to her. She's going to keep walking upwards and you can do the same. Make sure your movement is on point. Take your time to get the movement. Don't worry about it because it's mostly practice. Just keep holding your right click at all times so that you can properly look over and then get a hold of your walking or your movement. So now it says there's a new movement. Now we have followed her and she comes here. It's be victorious in the Great Hunt is our new objective. So it basically tells us to kill these small worms. As you can see, there's an event over here to the top right hand corner. It says kill the ice worm hatchlings to enrage Isormer. So you kill enough of them and then the bar gets filled. As you can see, by killing that, the bar got full, and then there's a cutscene over here where Isormer spawns in. There we go. Cool cutscene. Now you can just go and try attacking it. It depends. If you right now I'm a warrior, so I can't do any ranged attacks because obviously warriors can't do ranged attacks. Wait a minute. Apparently I can. Somehow I can attack it from further away. Well, I had no idea I could do that. Huh? Warrior can hit from a range. That's pretty cool. Though you're doing double damage when you go close, huh? Okay, that's pretty cool. So, anyway, now just slash that thing until it's dead. Mostly there'll be other players helping you. If you didn't see, there were players right there helping us complete that objective. That was a wild hunt, I mean, my bad, great hunt, which we have just completed with Aristogalkin.
What a hunt.
Now you'll just get a cutscene again. Animation, my bad.
Excellent
I'm just going to skip to the end because I know what happens. If you're really interested about the story, then I recommend you reading through it.
All mine.
One thing to remember is mostly not to rush through the game mode. As in the game, my bad. Alright, we have another small box. It says the content guide points you to the way, which I have already explored, told you guys about. This one is basically like your guide / compass / everything when you're lost. So the game keeps telling you. So the green tags you see over here, the weird light green tags, no, dark green tags, are other players like this guy, are other players playing, and these are NPCs. NPCs are basically non-playable characters which are programmed by the programmers, and they have a few responses. These, the ones you can see on the map, these gold coin symbols are merchants. If you hover over anything, if you basically hover over anything in the game, it will tell you what it is. Here it says it's a merchant, so you go near him, my bad. And then it's a merchant. You can talk to the merchant, you can ask, what are you selling? My bad, what are you selling? And then he has a leather bag. Now what is a leather bag? As if you remember earlier, I have told you about what I does, opening your inventory. So you can open your inventory by completing your great hunt, as you have seen before, that I have gotten a short sword. So now I have this sword, I can use it. But the problem is, okay, so I'll quickly explain this. Now if you press H and go back to your equipment tab, which I told you, where you will equip your armor, you can see here that you have a dull sword right now. So when you click on it, it'll show you an option to swap your dull blade. Now if you hover over your short sword, you can see your weapon strength. It's 1092 to 121. It's in green. That means it's better than the one which you're using currently, as your current one is only 105 to 117. It means that it can do damage in that range. So obviously we have a better range, which means mostly better damage. So you equip this. You just right click on the sword and click equip, or you can just double click on this and it'll automatically get equipped. If you want to unequip, you can right click on this and unequip it. So doing right clicks, hovering over stuff is very important to see all your options. So now we have gotten that. Now we cannot, actually you can, I don't think you can wield a dual blade. Maybe you can. I think you can wield a dual blade on a warrior. Yeah, if I remember correctly, you can. But then it says that you require level 6 to use your other hand, which doesn't really make sense if you think of it in a real perspective. But since we have a cap, we can't do anything. Now we just equipped up better sword and kept the other sword in our inventory. You can drag around stuff, and this you won't have, so I'm just going to close it. You can drag around stuff in your inventory. Later I'll get to that. Now you see there are empty bag slots. To improve the space in your inventory, you can buy these bags. Right now when we talk to this merchant, we have, what are you selling? He sells a leather bag. Suppose let's buy this. It costs 32 coins. I have 259 gold, but in the starting you won't have this much. You'll probably have like 1 silver, which is very less, true, but then this is a pretty worthy thing to buy. So you buy one of that, keep it in. So you have a bigger leather bag right now. Like that, I'm just gonna buy another one because I think I'll need it later. If you guys don't have enough money or don't think it's necessary, you don't need to buy it. Again, in the end, it's all up to you how you play. So this is your basic Nord hometown. Now you see, now we are level 2. This is the experience bar. If you have seen it before, you would have seen 0 to 1, and then now and then 1 to 2. Now we are 2 to 3. That means we are at level 2, progressing towards level 3. And you can see that we have unlocked a second skill, which is Savage Leap. Now if you press 1 on your number keys, you have 1 strike, which if you hover over it, it says First strike will bleed your foe with a slash, and if that hits, there's a second strike which is bleed your foe with a gash, my bad. And the third one is cripple your foe with a precise slash, and under each it will tell you how much damage each of them do. First one's 20, second one's 20, then third one's 34. Like that, you have different conditions or effects which are bleeding and crippling, and number of targets it'll hit, and range. So it's very detailed. On the top right hand corner of a box, you'll see 1/2 and 1/4. That's the cooldown time. Not cooldown time, my bad. The amount it'll take to hit, how amount of time it needs to hit your target. So now we have a second skill, which is a Savage Leap. Lunge at your foe and strike them with your sword. And this also tells you how much damage you do, which is much more than the first one. So now you get this thing which says it's a level 2 reward. All your rewards will be gathered over here. If you want to open the rewards, just click on them. And then here it says level 2 rewards. You have +7 primary attributes. Attributes are the thing in Edge tab. When you open Edge, these are Edge tab, and everything gets a +7 increase. Well, whatever you have mained. Or whichever it shows here. It shows that your power, precision, toughness, and vitality have +7 primary stats, as in they increased by +7. And you have a hero panel. Hero panel is basically this, which I have explained before. If you don't know something, you can just click on the eye for information. And then you have stat increases, and then weapon skill 2 unlocked. Weapon skill 2 refers to this. And then you click on accept. And then now this shows upcoming level rewards, as it says, on level 5, level 6, level 10, level 11. Now personal story is something you'll unlock every 10 levels. So what we did right now, the Great Hunt, it was a personal story at level 0 or level 1. Now you close this. Alright guys, I think this is it for part 2. I'm gonna cut short the video as much as possible, but I really want to give as detailed information as possible because a lot of people struggle at the start, including me. I had no idea what to do, and I was really overwhelmed by this whole concept of Guild Wars 2. So if you guys really learned something from this video, please do leave a like and subscribe if I ever do upload this, that is. Adios.